Hello, how's it going? So today is day one of what I'm going to be calling Project Anatomy. And to begin with, I've got to work out which animal I'm going to create. So I didn't want to do anything too small, like a bird, but at the same time I didn't want to do anything too large, like say a hippo or an elephant or like a horse or something like that. So I've decided to go straight down the middle, like a medium-sized animal. And I've decided to go for a goat. Not too sure whether it's going to be a general farm goat or whether it's going to be a mountain goat, but I thought it'd be pretty interesting to do something that had horns, something that's just got a little bit more of a character to it. So the first thing that I have to work out is obviously the size of the animal. Now I have done a drawing of a goat before, but that's an A3 drawing, so I've got to work out how I'm then going to resize it up to life size. So to begin with, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to be using one of my dogs because they're around about the same-ish sort of size as what a typical goat would be. So we're going to go have a look at him right now and yeah, take it from there. Alright, Brady, come in. It's done. Right, so from here I can determine size-wise of body and then also width and length of legs, and then also the most important part is trying to determine the width of the animal. So from here I can work out obviously basically where his shoulders are supposed to go, and how wide he's actually supposed to be, and then also things like the shape of his head, shape of your head. So what I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to just wait here, is I'm going to be measuring him to begin with, just so that I can get a rough, come here, stop being scared of a tape measure, rough idea. Okay, right, let me measure your leg. Right. Okay. Good boy. Right, so now I've got a rough idea. I'm going to head online and try and see whether I can find any more information about size of bones, generally sizes of goats, and then from there work off that. And then I can determine how big my sculpture is going to have to be. So I've decided on what goat I'm going to be doing, and it's called a Markhor goat, and they've got these really beautiful curved horns. And what's also helpful is they're around about the same-ish sort of size as dogs, give or take 10 centimetres or so, which is going to be very helpful when it actually comes to scaling up. And I've also found this pretty decent anatomical drawing of a goat, which will also be very helpful when it comes to me scaling up and working out sizes, because obviously I can from here work out size-wise of bone, well, size-wise of how big the legs are compared to the ribs and sort of things like that. And also another pretty interesting fact is, unlike humans who have 24 ribs, goats actually have 26. So that's also going to be pretty helpful when it comes to working out the size of the rib cage and sort of things like that. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to put some numbers together. I'm going to basically work out some ideas of how big things should be, and then take it from there, and hopefully I can start at the very least sketching out what size something should be. Yeah. From some of the measurements that I took earlier, I've done a pretty basic drawing and I've worked out how big each section is on. So from the measurements that I took earlier, I've done a pretty basic drawing of a leg, and I've worked out how big each section is from certain parts of the leg, be it length and also width from the side side view, and then also width from the front view. And now I'm going to take this basic drawing and start putting together a more professional finished drawing, and from there I can then start working out other sizes, things like rib cage, things like how big the neck is, and then also how big the spine is, and so on. I can start getting the ball rolling and actually put together a life-sized goat, and then from there I can then start to sketch it onto whatever material I'm going to be using to carve it, and then I can start carving. So that's all that I'm going to be doing for today, but hopefully I'll be doing some more of it tomorrow, and I'm hoping by the end of tomorrow I'll have the full-scaled version of what the goats will look like, well, at least from the side anyway. And then I can then head out and go find some materials and work out what materials I'm going to be using to actually carve with. But yeah, let me know what you thought. If you thought this was good, if you thought it was shit, leave a little comment down below. Well, yeah, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. But until then, see ya later.